Proposed changes to marina and mooring regulations, and fifth graders want you to recycle. Details on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Friday, February 22nd, 2013. I'm Sarah Colvin. The Planning Board will meet in workshop session Monday to review and discuss proposed zoning amendments relating to medical marijuana treatment centers. The board also expected to further discuss a temporary moratorium on establishment and permitting of medical marijuana centers. The workshop will lead off Monday's meeting. It's scheduled for 7 o'clock in the Town Hall hearing room. That meeting will air live on Channel 18. Well, some small changes could be ahead for the town's marina and mooring regulations. This morning, Harbor Master and Director of Marine and Environmental Affairs Dan Horn held a public hearing on those proposed changes. Marina Manager Eric Schufelt outlined one set of changes.
Good morning, everybody. Eric Schufelt, Marina Manager for the town of Barnstable. The proposed regulation changes that we had for the rules and regulations for 2013 are minimal. At this point, we are looking to change the slip waitlist application renewal date from March 15th to February 15th, shortening it up by 1 month. Everything else that has to do with wait lists will continue as being the same. And one slight format change in the regulations. We're changing a clause that currently is in section number 12, Marina Decorum, that reads, "No business shall be conducted at a transient, vacant, or unassigned slip." We're moving that one sentence from 12 to 5 that is stated slip usage, and we're creating a new line F with that clause. Those are the only two changes that we have in the regulations.
Mooring Manager Joe Gibbs summarized changes to the town's mooring regulations.
All of these have been worked on for the last couple of years with the Waterways Committee, which endorses those. One change is for helix moorings. Currently, we require every 6 years for the helix moorings to be removed, unscrewed. We're changing that to 12 years to double that. Mooring buoys. We're going to require mooring buoys to be round and a minimum size of 11 inches and carry a new permanent number. This will be phased in over the next 3 years as people do full inspections. Mooring permit dates, moving the deadline that's currently March 31st up to February 28th, moved up by a month. And the late period also, which is now May 14th, we're looking to move that up to March 31st. We consolidated the dates under mooring permits, and that was really to clean stuff up. Instead of it being in 3 separate places in the regulations, it's now in 1, and they all reference that. Requiring vessel ownership, requiring the mooring permit holder to be the person that's listed on the registration or documentation. This is for new permits and changes of vessels, so it doesn't change for anybody that's right now. Transient rental moorings is going to require annual use records to be submitted to the harbor master, how many days they were used. It creates a special event permit, and this is to be used for short-term use of moorings by events through the harbor master's office. It creates a rental mooring waiting list. Currently, wherever the rental mooring is, whether it's in Cotuit or North Bay or West Bay, the folks that want to rent come from those lists. This will be a new list that's specific to rental moorings. Anybody that's interested in getting on that rental list will get on a specific rental list. And that would be done initially through a lottery of the folks that are on any of the town's waiting lists now, and then it would be an open waiting list as our other open waiting lists are now. The waiting list deadline would also change. That would coincide with the marina regulations. It's currently the deadline is from January 1 to March 15th. That would change from January 1 to February 15th. Again, the same as the marinas. And then in various places, it just cleans up some outdated language, stuff that's contrary. It adds new waiting lists that we just established into the regulation.
The meeting was brief, and only one member of the public, Greg Egan of Crosby Yacht Yard in Osterville, spoke during the hearing.
First of all, I'd like to thank the town manager and the harbor master as well and their staffs for implementing a mooring rental list. We think this is a proactive measure to help our residents get out and use the water. We've looked through very briefly the proposed changes. in draft form. And I have really just one observation that I hope that the staff could consider for changing, and it's relative to rental moorings, whether they're used or not. And this is rental moorings number 1, paragraph B. I think it's page 6 of the draft. I'm not sure what it's on in any other document. The 1-year grace period that has been in place has been stricken, and the words "shall be revoked" is proposed. And we suggest you consider maintaining the 1-year grace period. There's a variety of circumstances that could come up that may not be envisioned when this is written, that could potentially, excuse me, limit the town's ability to act in one way or another, not the least of which is potential for third-party liability. And I'm aware of some circumstances in other towns where when mooring regulations say "shall," it boxes the town or the renter into a position where they have no ability to manage. And so we would hope you could put in the traditional 1-year grace period. If not, at a minimum, if you would change the "shall" to "may," which is at the bottom of that section, we would hope you would, respectfully hope you would consider that. The other item, as it relates to rental moorings, was my discussions with Mr. Gibbs were that the rental moorings were going to be open, and I think that it says that in here, but I just wanted to make sure that I read through it a couple times, that it is clearly the intent to keep those open and serve the purpose of the rental process. And again, thank you very much for reviewing and redoing the regulations.
The proposed regulation changes are now in the hands of Town Manager Tom Lynch for final approval. Well, lots of work lies ahead for the folks at Sandy Neck Beach Park. Manager Nina Coleman told the Sandy Neck board earlier this week that Winter Storm Nemo was the worst she's seen in her decade managing the beach. While it wasn't catastrophic, work to repair stairways and trails is in the future. Barnstable United Elementary School 5th graders are contestants in this year's Destination Imagination competition. They've chosen to highlight recycling as their topic. They'll be holding a day at the dump on Sunday to promote recycling and show the town just how easy it is. Let's hear from them now.
How do you recycle? My dad has 3 bins in my garage. I use Trader Joe's bags for recycling bins.
Whenever I use paper, I always turn it over and use the other side for scrap.
Hi, we're one of the Barnstable United DI teams.
We chose to address the issue of recycling in our town.
We are trying to encourage more people to recycle. It's not that hard. Did you know that only 17% of our town recycles?
When people recycle, it helps our community stay clean and healthy.
When we don't recycle, it pollutes our world and destroys natural habitats.
You don't need a dumpster to recycle at the transfer station.
On Saturday, February 24th from 11 till 1, we're going to have a day at the dump. We will show you how easy it is to recycle. Everyone that comes to recycle that day can enter their name in a raffle and have the chance to win a prize. We hope to see you there!
Again, that day at the dump takes place at the transfer station on Flint Street in Marston's Mills this Sunday, February 24th from 11 to 2. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.